It's still on?
Yeah, it's
Still rolling?
Hey, my man, is y'all back, right? All right, first and foremost, give all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
the ones and apostles of the great millstone that rule well. Shalom to all you brothers on the highways and byways doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we are finding that number to be delivered. But until then, we're going to keep pushing the plow until Yahweh shall return. Right? Again, we're going to give you some prophecies, testimonies, history. Lord willing, we'll give it all. You may be edifying. All right? I want to start, before you get that real quick, I want to start with Matthew 24 and 14. Matthew 24 and 14.
Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Right, and this gospel, and the gospel that's being taught out in the four corners of the earth, is the gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and his chosen and hopeful elect. And them who are on the highways and byways preaching the downfall of this society and this kingdom, that he may come and redeem his hopeful elect. Right? This is that gospel that's being preached on the whole earth right now. And now we know what? Then shall the end come. This is the time we're living in. Because the brother got a quick article that's going to pretty much back up exactly what the scriptures are saying, man. Read that.
This is from the endtimeheadlines.org. The heading reads, Apocalypse goes mainstream. The end of the world is becoming normal conversation.
See that? The end of the world is becoming normal conversation. And that's on every level, man. And though a lot of people are afraid to talk about it because they can't fathom that their life going any other way but than the way they thought it was going to be planned for them. But the end is here, man. Now check this out now. There's a thing called it's right at the tip of my tongue. It's at the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna come back to it. But it's very pertinent to the time that we're living in because it's gonna segue right into what we all know to be what? The RFID, man. That's gonna happen. But be that as it may, we're gonna come out and let you know about these things because we've been set up as prophets, as servants, as teachers to tell you these things that are going on. Go ahead.
And this is from the Newsbreak article. It says Republicans vote for bill that could make the Bible illegal. Outrage MAGA. Okay, it says MAGA conservatives voice outrage on congressional Republicans voting for the Anti-Isms Awareness Act over concern it would make the Bible illegal.
See that? But again, there's no way they're going to be able to stop this. The word is going out, man. You can do what you want with the Bible now, you saw. The word is going out. The Lord has reached out to the four corners of the earth, so it don't matter. That's why the scripture says you got to keep these things up in your heart now. So basically, you don't really need the actual physical text of the Bible because now it dwells within us. So anything you got to say concerning the Bible, banning the Bible, or restricting the Bible, this, that, and the third, it doesn't matter to us. All right?
Just real quick, just to back
up. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 13:8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth.
Right, we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. And this is a good work that's being done out here on these highways and byways. This is the good news that we're telling you, these things that are unfolding right before your very eyes. That's right. A lot of people are trying to sidestep the reality of what's going on out here, man. The Lord is setting these pins up so he can knock them right down. You ever go to a bowling alley? At the end of the bowling alley, all the pins get set up. Then you come down with that ball and knock them right down. So everything's being set up so the Lord can knock this shit right down, man. The end is near. It is even at the door. All right, go ahead, brother.
It's 2nd Ezra 6 and 27. It says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. And as for faith, it shall flourish, and corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Right, and as hard as it may seem that the evil is going to be put out, it's going to be put out, man. The elder and I was just talking about this morning. America and the world is a wicked place to dwell in right now, man. There's nothing but pure evil going on out here. And to fathom this place, for those who try to trust in Babylon, those who trust in Egypt, which is known as Babylon also, for those who trust in this place, they don't want to see America go down. They don't want to see the end times coming. They don't want to prophesy about the end times. They don't want to hear about the end times. All right? But it's coming. And as wicked as this place is, it needs to be destroyed. Thus will be destroyed, thus saith the Lord. All right? You got any more on that?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Elder. Sure.
I didn't find it yet.
All right, come on. Let me get, go ahead. Okay, bring it up. What you got?
Ezekiel 7:2. Also, thou son of man,
Yep.
thus said the Lord Yahweh
Yep.
unto the land of Israel, an end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land.
That's right. The end has come upon the four corners of the land. Who's prophesying about the end coming? All these churches ain't prophesying. And if there is a church, and if there is a minister in these churches prophesying about the end, they're only prophesying because they heard the men of the Lord on the highways and byways. And then they bolster up themselves by going to their congregations by saying, the Lord came to me and told me this. Because these things were a mystery, man. The Lord said he would do nothing but reveal the secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So these things were a mystery to the masses out there, man. But now that the Lord has set his men up and the word has gone out throughout the four corners of the earth, now people are more apt to say, the Lord came to me and told me that the war is going to be a great war and fire and brimstone, and this is how it's going to come down. But again, it be for the truth. Because if they're even speaking about this thing, even though they're not of the flock, but if they're speaking about it, they're speaking the word of the Lord. Because the word of the Lord will never go out void, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 3, now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thy abominations, and my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. And thus said the Lord Yahweh, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. The end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it comes.
That's right. You can't stop that, man. You can't stop the end of the Lord, the end of the world. You can't stop it. And now another question that needs to be answered is this. When you talk to these Christians, we just had a little Christian girl over here. She had the glaze on her face. She had the glaze on her face, and she was looking at us as if we were all one in Christ, as they say, you know. But again, she mentioned about, you know, the judgment. But do they really believe the judgment that's truly coming? Do they really believe that the judgment the Lord's going to send down here is going to be severe? What are you going to say?
I think that they do. I just don't think they understand the magnitude of it.
That's the point.
Yeah, they believe in something.
Oh, of course.
They don't know the turmoil that's going to ensue as this kingdom is being brought down.
That's right.
You mentioned, and that's what prompted me to think of the scripture here. You mentioned how the bowling pins are being set up so that the Lord can come and knock them down, and it made me think of the dream that Daniel interpreted from Nebuchadnezzar. Because when you had, what did you have? I think when you have bowling, what is it called? 10 pin, right? And then what happened, there was the 10 toes that were set up, right? And that stone came and destroyed the image, right? So that it made me think of that scripture. And so I don't think they understand, because when you have a changing of the guard, right, where you go from one kingdom to another, that's a big deal. A lot of things are. Let's give a case in point, right? When the Renaissance was happening, right, and they were taking down the so-called black strongholds in Spain and in Portugal and southern England and all the islands of Ireland and all these places, when they were taking down Jake out of the noble seats, right? That was a big deal. It wasn't a small feat. What had to come with that? People had to be killed, right? People had to be in prison, right? They had to make an example of the nobility so that the people knew that there was a new power in charge, right? So that happens when there's a change in the guard. What you're saying is the kingdom of heaven is going to be ushered in. So when you say things like, oh, I believe this is the end prophecy and all of that stuff, well, somebody got to die. People have to die. There has to be a stamp on that change to say this is the new power, right? This is why it says in, I think it was at Luke 19, where it says, bring them hither and slay them before me, because the world has to know who the new king is. Like, who the new king in the world is, and it's going to be the Lord Yahweh Shai. You got something?
Come on, this is Second Ezra.
No, brother. This is very good.
Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 28.
Yeah.
Was concerning.
I'm sorry. What is it? Second Ezra?
4 and 28.
Yeah. Okay, give it to me.
But as concerning the things whereof thou asked me, and I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Right. The evil is sown. So, like the elder said, to keep with the elder's analogy, when you're setting something up, you're sowing it. You're putting it together. Right. Go ahead.
It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
That's right. So you have to have those pins have to be knocked down before the new pins, so to say, are set up.
Like, let me say this too, and this is the basis of war. Whenever you have war, somebody has to die. Especially when there's going to be a transition of power. Somebody, it's not going to go to the table and shake hands. All right, your turn, my man. Oh, it's going to be done with violence, man. As the scripture says, thus with violence, so that great city Babylon be thrown down.
The question has to be asked. Are you with the new power, or are you still following with that old power?
Right.
And if you're still following with that old power, you gotta go. That's just the natural course of battle and how it works. Right? And if we're saying that the kingdom of heaven is going to be ushered in and there's going to be a new power on earth, we gotta understand, like for instance, right? David didn't become the greatest king without getting his hands dirty. Solomon was able to have that 40 years of peace. The peace that we're thinking about in the kingdom of heaven, because the work his father put in, right? So likewise, if we're going to have a peaceful, harmonious kingdom, somebody got to put in some work, right? Go ahead, bro.
This is Matthew 6 and 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
That's right.
Ye cannot serve the Most High in mammon.
Right. So you gotta pick a side, in other words. And that's what's going to happen. So they believe, right? Because they say it. They talk about the rapture. They talk about the coming of Christ. I think they believe it. I just don't think they understand what comes with that, right? There's I want to say, a snapshot that Christianity takes for their doctrine. They take a one picture. Everything is in one frame that they take of Christianity, and that's what they go and they move with. Right, but the scriptures, the scriptures talk about, I think it's in Psalms 40 where it talks about the volume of the book. It's important to get. Let's go to somebody hold Daniel 2 and 36.
Yeah, got it.
And then somebody else go to real quick. Go to Ezekiel 2 and 9. Ezekiel 2 and 9.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Ezekiel first. Ezekiel 2 first.
All right. Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 9.
Yeah.
And when I looked, behold, and hand was sent unto me, and lo, a wall of book was therein.
A hand was sent unto me, and a roll of a book was therein. That book is the scriptures, right? The Holy Bible, if it were, as it were. Go ahead.
And he spread up before me, and it was written there within and without, and there was written therein lamentation and mourning and woe.
Right. There was written in there lamentation, mourning, and woe, right? And Christianity somehow removes that part of the scripture out of it just to make it palatable, and they play a numbers game. Christianity plays a numbers game. I want to convert this person, and I want to convert that person. And they think that that's what their job is to do. Our job is not to convert. Our job is just to present the information. The converting is going to happen by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? Like Paul said, the Lord giveth the increase, right? We're not going to be the ones to convert anybody. Our job is only to present the information, to give the truth of the scriptures as it was given to us. That's our job, right? And then through that, the Lord will convert who he wants. Go ahead, bro.
Revelation 10 and 8 reads, the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
Because when you first put it in, that honey, right, that thing tastes good, or any sweets, right? You eating sweets, And it tastes good in your mouth, but after a while, you got the, oh, shit, I think I ate too many Swiss rolls. You know what I mean? It's just, so it's always good in your mouth. It tastes good in your mouth, but after a while, it gets bitter in the belly, and that's really that's the truth. When you hear the truth, it's like, oh, this is nice, right? But then after a while, it becomes bitter to you.
Right. When you start going through shit, that's when it gets bitter.
Yeah.
You know, even though you find out you're an Israelite, oh yeah, word, the king. And once the Lord start putting hell on you, so you know you're like, oh.
And even more than having the hell put on you, you might not have no hell, but to know the impending hell that's coming, you're like, oh shit. So yeah, it's the truth. But look, all things. There's a quote: all things worth having are hard to. Something along those lines. If it's worth having, it's gonna be hard to attain, right? And so, okay, you're a king, right? You're an Israelite. That means the Lord has promised the world to you, but that comes at a cost. That comes at a cost. You ain't just gonna. The Lord ain't just gonna let us waltz into the kingdom. We skipping, all holding hands, walking down the yellow brick road. It comes with a cost. There has to be pain in that change. Go ahead, bro.
Real quick, Ecclesiastes 1:18.
Yeah.
For much wisdom is much grief,
Yeah.
and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
Yeah. I've been thinking about the scripture for the last 2 or 3 weeks, right? Because it's like when you look at the world as a whole, right? It frustrates you, and the frustration comes from the wisdom that you attain, the wisdom that you've gathered, right? You understand the way the world should be, and when you see it not in that way, you get frustrated. It's frustrating. You can, school calling you about your kids, or your wife talking shit to you, or whatever it is. You know the way the world is supposed to be, and when it's not being done in that way, it's frustrating. You got something else? Or is it more in that same one?
Another one.
Okay.
Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Yeah.
Surely oppression make a wise man mad.
Yeah.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
Right. Oppression maketh a wise man mad. Right. So we're learning all these things, right? We're learning about oppression. We're learning about wisdom and all of these things, right? And we understand that in order for us to walk into the kingdom, that there's going to have to be something that happens, something big that happens. When Pharaoh was taken down, right? When Pharaoh was taken down, it wasn't a small thing. And we talked about it last week where the Lord opened up the Red Sea. They walked across on dry land. That was a major feat. So much so, there was no TV back then. There was no cable. You could turn on the 9 o'clock news and see pictures and images of the Red Sea splitting open and the Israelites walking. It was nothing like that. There was no newspapers. I mean, there probably was an equivalent to a newspaper, but that feat was so great that it has spread throughout the whole known world. That when we were walking through the wilderness, the people knew what was going on. The people, I don't know how that happens, bro. It's such a phenomenon.
It's like a draw.
Because I was leaning on this. I didn't realize it was behind me.
You can see it's our face.
Yeah, right. So it's again to keep with the original point. There has to be a changing of the guard, and it has to happen in a violent way. Right? Like the elder said, the pins are being set up. The pins are being set up, and the Lord's going to come through with that bolt. You got something else, and then we'll go to Daniel.
This is 2 Peter 2:6.
Yep.
And turning the city of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemning them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those after.
It was ungodly. Yeah. So, I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to read it with you, brother. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
It says, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly, and deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
Right, and that's what we hope for. We hope to be in the stead of just Lot, right? Who was justified and was delivered out of the destruction that was going to happen, or that did happen, right? We hope to be in that same stead. So the Lord left those things here as examples. Those things had to be taken down. Those things had to be wiped out. There's never been a time in world history where there's been a wicked kingdom that has been able to sustain and last throughout the duration of time. There always has to be a balance or an offset. And this is going to be the final balance and offset where all wickedness is going to be conquered. Right? When the Lord Yahweh Shai comes, he's coming to conquer all wickedness in all forms.
It says verse 8, for the righteous man dwelleth among them, And seeing and hearing vexes righteous soul from day to day.
Yeah, and man, you be sitting there, and you could be just minding your business. And you see something that just sets you out and fuck up the whole day. Now everything is wicked. Everybody's wicked. You just want to destroy people, man. You know, go ahead.
It says, with their unlawful deeds, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
And that day of judgment, that day of punishment is going to happen. It's going to happen. The Lord is going to make due on His promise. This is why we do this thing with how do I say, with great regularity. All right? Because we understand that the Lord's going to do what He said.
I got an article real quick. Now this is from Fortune.com, and he says America feared the end. You know,
so read it again.
America fears the end.
America feared the end.
Yep. Go ahead, read the rest of that heavy.
It says America fears the end. Economic collapse looms largest on the nation's mind, and that's bad news for Biden.
Yeah, and really, there's the news, right? There's this that word, look up that word looms. Look up that word looms. L-O-O-M-S. Looms. It's like a cloud. A cloud that looms over the, you know, like a storm is coming.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Or like a cartoon. When you see the cartoon characters, they be sad. They got that cloud just looming over them. Go ahead.
Kids want a snack or something looming around.
Yeah.
Looms, to come to sight in large or distorted and indistinct form, often as a result of atmospheric conditions.
Yeah.
Storm clouds loom in the horizon.
Yeah, so something looming over you, right? So everyone knows, and if they don't know, you have this feeling of, man, we're doomed, man. We're doomed.
It's a slang definition.
Yeah.
To loom is to appear or stand over someone in a threatening way.
Yeah. Give me Job, since you said that. Job, I think it's 18, where it says the king of terror shall make him afraid on every side.
I'll get into this real quick, and I'm going to jump down to the point. And it says that and he says 33% of America fear the end of the U.S. will be the result of a total economic collapse that ripple across the nation, according to a poll released by Absol Consumer Tracker. All the apocalypse anxiety revolve around. Sometimes be like 8 police calls for one thing. Yeah. And he says, and he says right here, right? He says a third, 33% of Americans fear the end of the U.S. will be the result of a total economic collapse that ripple across the nation.
But it's not going to just be an economic collapse. It's going to encompass a couple different things. It's going to be a moral collapse. Well, the moral collapse is happening. We can see that. The moral collapse is happening. But it's going to be more than just a financial collapse. But the scriptures tell us this.
Yep. According to a poll released by Absolute Consumer Tracker, and it says all the apocalyptic anxieties revolve around World War III.
All the apocalyptic anxieties stem from the thoughts of World War III. And that's what's going to happen. The scriptures tell us about World War III, right? It tells us that in one place, in Zephaniah, it tells us that his determination is to gather the nation. And then it expounds on it a little bit more in Joel, the 3rd chapter. It expands on it a little bit more in Joel, the 3rd chapter, when it talks about them being brought to the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Keep going.
And then the 90% think that is a climate change. You know, another 12%.
It's going to be a climate change. The climate is going to be, it's going to go from an immoral climate to that of a righteous climate, right?
Yep.
That's going to be the climate change, right? Go ahead.
And another is the pandemic.
Another pandemic?
Yeah, pandemic.
Yeah, and they're right about that too. they show you that. They show you. Well, the scriptures say that I shall visit you with plagues as before. Right? That's a pandemic.
You say this to you?
Yeah.
The article said it's going to worry Biden. This is another thing, they hit you people with smoke and mirrors, man. Biden ain't concerned because he's part of that problem, man. He's part of the collapse. He's set up to be a part of that collapse. Thus this far, when he got into office, you know, the American people, they done lost their damn minds because all the things that he put in place, the American people thought, damn, we were better off having Trump in office.
Oh, yeah.
But all that being said, it doesn't matter who's in office. But these devils, they're all in cahoots, man. They ain't gonna sit there and try to dig you out of obscurity. They go, you are now in the danger zone, man. This thing is about to go down. Now I was thinking about it's called ICE 9, right? ICE 9 is going to be the new buzzword for them, you know, collapsing this economy, man. My lessons is getting set up, but I'm gonna go into a little further. But be ready, man. Y'all better be ready because it's about to get hot out here, real hot, man. Because they're saying during the next pandemic, they're going to implement this ICE 9 thing, which is the collapsing of the dollar. One man said on the video, he said, yeah, these people are going to go to sleep knowing that there's something going on and wake up to a total shutdown. They said they're going to try to go and use your debit cards. It's going to be negative. They're going to try to do anything. He said if you ain't got cash on hand at that moment, you're going to be asked out, man. So yeah, so get ready.
And that's the reason why they did that big hot military fist around the State House. You know, and instead of giving military tower around that, I don't know if you got heard about it. You know, because they know the people are going to start rising up.
I got some. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah. So we're learning all of these things. We're knowing all these things. Somebody go to that in Job 18. I'm not exactly sure what verse.
This is Job 18:11. It says, terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet.
Right, and shall drive him to his feet. And so this is what's happening. That looming cloud is making them afraid, man. The things that they've been assured of, right? Their pleasantries, their comforts, is being taken away from them. You know, those things that you could always depend on America, right? That's being taken away. Let's go to that. Daniel 2:36. Just to keep with
Daniel chapter 2. Chapter 2, verse 36. It says,
we used to say, if you hear them, as you hear them say, pages flipping, that's the spirit.
Yeah,
the sound of the spirit.
Yeah, bring that back. It says, this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king.
Right, so everybody knows a dream, right? So Nebuchadnezzar had a dream of an image, right? It had the head of gold, a chest of silver, if I'm not mistaken, legs and torso of bronze, and then the toes made of mixed with clay or iron and clay, water. Yeah. And so, oh, there's a picture of it. And so, there's a picture of it. Okay. And so, oh, there go that stone. There go that stone I was talking about. If you look at the foot, you can see that stone. You can see that stone, right? So as the elder said, you know, there's pens being set out. I like that analogy. You know me, I like analogy. Oh yeah, you ain't shit, bro. You ain't shit.
All right, it says 37. Thou, O king, art a king of kings. For the power of heaven have given thee a kingdom, power, and strength and glory.
Yep.
And whosoever the children of men dwell, wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven have he given unto thy hand, and has made thee ruler over all them.
Yep.
Thou art this head of gold.
Right, thou art this head of gold, right? So what Daniel was doing was he was explaining the dream explaining the dream to Nebuchadnezzar, right? And he let Nebuchadnezzar know.
You about to come through, man. Pull these suckers in. Give us 1 minute, y'all. Give us 1 minute.
About the ring, I'm talking about the guy with the truck. You don't normally hear.
Hey, yo, y'all gotta get out the way. He gonna run you over.
Get out the way.
Still.
Don't tell them to move.
Right. Get up on the wall. Get up on the wall. Still don't move.
Listen to your leaders.
That Edomite right there is one of those guys that want to throw that, you know, you see the Edomites on that boat throwing all that trash in the ocean? He's one of them right there. He got that spirit on him.
Rebellious.
Yeah, the rebellious spirit. How we looking on that one, brother?
Everything. All good. Mike Olive.
Continue, 39.
Yeah. So,
And after these shall arise.
What Daniel's doing now at this point is telling them about what each part of that image represented.
And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
Right. So this is the same. That fourth kingdom is. So Daniel here is describing it from the image that Nebuchadnezzar had, but then he also had a vision of 4 beasts, and that is this. It was the same kingdom that each of those parts of the image represented were the same beast that Daniel was talking about.
And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdue all the things.
Yeah, didn't Daniel say that they would have iron teeth, right? And Daniel 7, I think it's 7 to 7. Daniel 7 to 7. You want to go to Daniel? Go to Daniel. Let me look at it. Yeah, no, it's all good. So let me look at that scripture.
Come. And it says, and as iron that breaketh all thieves, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Yeah, read that. Next.
Now?
No. We can go here.
Break in pieces and bruise.
Yeah, we gotta go to the iron.
Oh, come. Verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdue all things. And as iron that breaketh all these shall break it in pieces and bruise.
Now read
7
that.
to 7, right? Daniel 7 verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 2 horns.
The fourth beast and the fourth part of the image is the same thing. And now here in America, we're in the second leg of that fourth beast, because it tells you also in the 7th chapter of Daniel that there will be a revival of that fourth beast. It would die and then be revived again, and that's what happened, right? You had the three that it came out of. I think it's also in Daniel 7 where it says where it talks about the 3. So you got Spain, France, and Britain, and out of that you get America, the revival of the final revivement of that fourth beast, right? Let's keep going.
Come
I
on.
want to get to a rock.
Verse 41.
Yeah.
Whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, part of potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of an iron, and there shall be in it strength of the iron.
Right.
For as much.
So that you see that today, right? It's still the strength of the iron, right? They still subdue nations based on their military might, right? But it's partly divided. Some of them agree with the philosophies of America, some of them don't. And then now when you think of the whore that sits on that beast, she's trying to rein in that beast, right? When you think of an image of a woman on a beast, she's trying to rein it in, right? Right. So it has some of the power, but right, they're separate, right?
Strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Yeah, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. You see that now today. You got these different nations separating from the beast. You got the bricks, and then what did they have before that? Pigs. So they got the power of the beast, right? But they're separate, divided, right? Keep going.
Come. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, there shall be mingled themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. Keep going. Yep. Come. 44. And in that day of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall be break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Right, and that's that stone, man. That stone. When you think of a bowling ball, like I was, sticking with the elders' analogy. When you think of that bowling ball, it's a big stone. It's a big stone. It's been polished, right? It's been rounded and polished, right?
To perfection.
Have those holes drilled in it, yeah. So you can have your fingers in there. And you throw it down that lane, right? That right now, that stone is coming down the lane, man. That stone is coming down the lane. That's a. I don't know if you realize, but it's a good analogy. Because you got what? You got the 10 toes of that image, and when you bowling, that's 10 pins.
That's right.
You know. Yeah, that's bad, brother. I don't know if you put that together.
I was thinking about it.
I was working on it.
Now and then you got something brewing in your mind, but you kind of just, save it for the good stuff. And say, throw your whole shy. You say the good wine for later.
Yeah. Nah, that's bad, man. That's bad. And so that stone or that bowling ball that's coming down the lane, that's the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 10 verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
That's right, and that one that is profitable is the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. And that's really, at the end of the day, man, that's all this thing is about, man. We're out here on the highways and byways. We are ushering in the coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai. You know, when you see these award shows that they setting up, everybody's out. They come out on the red carpet and they get the they pose on. Everybody's taking pictures. When that red carpet gets rolled out, that means the stars are coming out, man. And so we're rolling out that red carpet for the Lord Yahweh Shai. That's what the work is. Just like when somebody get that, where it says he came down and they laid palms before him and it said Hosanna in the highest. I forget what scripture that is. It might be. It probably is, but I know it's all over the place. It's in, what I'm saying is it's probably in the other Gospels as well.
Matthew 21, right?
Boom. Look at you, buddy.
That's Matthew, right?
Yeah, man. So,
21 and 9.
go to, brother fast, boy.
Matthew 21.
Go to 1. Go to 1. 21 and 1.
Gotcha.
Let me just look at it real quick. Yeah, we start at 1. We start at 1.
Sure.
Just a little bit of reading.
It's Matthew 21 and 1. And when they drew nigh unto Jerusalem and were come to Bethphage, to the Mount of Olives, then sent Yahushua 2 disciples, saying unto them, go into the valley over against you, and straightway ye shall find an ass tied, and a colt with her. An ass,
and a colt. An ass is a donkey. A donkey, as my grandmother would say, a donkey. And the colt is like a horse. Right? Go ahead. And when you get the Indianapolis Colts, it's a horse. Right? Go ahead.
And loose them and bring them unto me. If any man say unto you, ye shall say, the Lord have need of them. And straightway he will send them.
Somebody say something to you, say I need them.
That's right.
All right, now.
I didn't like white people. You know why? You can't rob them. They got the money. They got cars.
Yeah. That's all right, man. Go ahead. I couldn't even think of nothing. Usually I can come back. But I couldn't think of nothing. Go ahead.
And he said, and if any man say unto you, ye shall say the Lord have need of them, and straightway he will send them.
Yes.
All this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, Tell ye the daughter of Zion, behold, the king cometh unto thee, meek and sitteth upon an ass in a coat, the fall of an ass.
Right. So he was coming in, right? He was coming in on that ass's coat, or the ass in the coat, right? And what happened was they started laying down palms before him. So you look at I want to say the leaves that grow on a palm tree, they're big, and they were laying them down just like we're doing. We're laying them down, or you can say like in Coming to America where he had the rose bearers. We're the rose bearers, right? We're throwing out those rose petals for the Lord Yahweh Shai to usher in on, right? Keep going.
Yep. And the disciple went and did as Yahushua commanded.
Yep.
And brought the ass in the coat and put on them their clothes and set him thereon.
Right, put the saddle there. You know, you ever see them getting saddling the horses, you know, so that he can sit down on there. Go ahead, keep going.
And he says, and the very great multitude spread their garment in the way. Others cut down branches from the tree and straight them in the way. And the multitude that went before and that followed cried, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David.
Now, if my memory serves me correctly, Hosanna is to like to say, Hawashai Noah. So when you say the Lord's Prayer, you say when you say deliver us, you say Hawashai Noah, which is to say Noah is to say us or we, and Hawashai is, as you know, is to deliver. Right. So when you say Hosanna in the highest, you're saying Hawashai Noah in the highest, meaning that he is the greatest deliverer. He is the Savior. Right? Go ahead.
He says, saying Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord, Hosanna in the highest. And when he was come into Jerusalem, all the city was moved, saying, Who is this? And the multitude said, This is Yahushua, the prophet of Nazarene of Galilee. And Yahushua went into the temple of Yahweh and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the table of the money changer and the seat of them that sold doves.
So the point to me bringing that out is how they laid down those palms. They cut the branches off the trees and they laid the palms down before him. And that's what we're doing, man. That's what this work is at the end of the day. We're laying down the palms and we're saying Hawashai Noah in the highest.
He was that big of fame. And everybody heard of them. It's like a celebrity when they're walking in through.
Exactly.
And they roll that carpet on the ground, and then he come in, you know, like walls. That was Yahushua.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when we're out here on the highways and byways, each of these small churches, if you will, the small sanctuaries, are their own individual palms that are being laid out before the Lord Yahushua, right? And so when the Lord Yahushua comes back, it's gonna happen in a major way, and nobody's gonna be able to say we didn't know. Because they can see the preparation going on. The scriptures talk about us being stones of the temple, right? And he being the cornerstone. So we setting up the buildings being built. What's that? Give me that Newton quote again. That Newton quote.
Isaac Newton.
Yeah. Not Fig Newton. Not Fig Newton. Isaac Newton. I'm talking shit. You had something. You had some. Well, you can go first, brother.
It's the book of Revelation 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations, and kindreds, and people, and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
And that's happening before the world. And you said palms in their hands, right? So we're laying out those palms for the Lord Yahushua. Keep going.
And cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb.
That's it. And that's us, man. That's us. We're on the highways and byways, and we're doing that, man. It's not a... You can forget how... How do I say? I want to say important, but you can forget how important this work is because you do it all the time. It's just something that you're just doing. But this work, this is a big deal, man. Doing the work is a big deal. You know? Go ahead, bro.
This is Matthew 25 and 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be like unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamp. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamp is gone out. Just going back to us being, having, that this work is important, man.
That's it. So when the time comes, you can trim that lamp, man. You can trim that lamp. You can look at that in a couple of different ways, but ultimately, the 5 wise are those of us who devoted our lives to the truth, and the 5 unwise is the rest of the world.
I got that quote for you.
Yeah, hit me with that. I think he says something in there.
The body of men, right?
Yeah.
Isaac Newton's quote, again from 1642 to 1747, about the times of the end, a body of men will be raised up who will turn their attention to the prophecies.
That's what I wanted. The body of men being raised up. So that's what you're seeing across the country and across the world, is a body of men being risen up to teach the truth of the scripture. That's what you're seeing. And so again, we're rolling out the red carpet for the Lord Yahushua is coming, right? You guys know that, right? That the Lord Yahushua is coming back. You know who that is? The Lord Yahushua? No? You guys are not Christians? You're Christians, right? She said yes. So Yahushua is the Hebrew way to say the name Jesus Christ. So you would say Yahushua HaMashiach, which is Jesus Christ, right? So we're talking about his coming and how he's going to destroy America. Yep. Go ahead.
One more of that quote.
Oh yeah. So just read the rest of it.
Yep. About the times of the end, a body of men will be raised up who will turn their attention to the prophecies and insist upon their literal interpretation.
Right, and insist upon their literal interpretation. So that's what we're doing, right? There's a body of men being risen. Isaac was a prophet. I'm saying Isaac, but Sir Isaac Newton was a prophet. He was a prophet, man. He's prophesying right here. You can't tell me. Let's do it like this. If this quote really came from him, he's prophesying. Read that again, man. Read that again. He's prophesying. Sir Isaac Newton might have been an Israelite. I don't know. They got a lot of iconoclasm going on.
There's a possibility.
You don't know. He could have been a Jake with some cornrows.
You never know. There's a possibility.
You might be Isaac Newton. Yeah. Like the elder said, like Nostradamus, no trust to say our and Dama is like blood, I think. Yep. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
About the times of the end, a body of men will be raised up who will turn their attention to the prophecies and insist upon their literal interpretation in the midst of much clamor and opposition.
Yeah, much clamor and opposition. So that's what we're doing. The body of men is being risen up, right? The tabernacles of David are being risen as in the days of old, right? And so that's what we're doing. We're pushing the word, man, in hopes that we can get delivered. That's it. In hopes that you got something? Go ahead, bro.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and 18. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, and swear to the Lord of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction. In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. Yeah,
and this is that altar. I'm saying this, not us in particular, but the men that are doing this. That is the altar in each of these cities, man. In each of the cities of Egypt, there are altars set up. Right?
The scripture also said this. Yahweh said, "Where one is gathered in my name, there I'll be also."
There I am in the midst of them.
Yes, with that up.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Could you read this one first? Oh,
yeah, this got to come first. Isaac Newton. No, I'm just teasing. Go ahead.
He's co-signing.
First Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9, and it reads, it says, "For I think that the Lord has set forth us, the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. We are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men."
Yeah, so that goes to that first quote. He said, against much clamor and opposition. Right? Go ahead.
Another quote from Isaac Newton. I have a fundamental belief in the Bible as the Word of God, written by those who were inspired. I study the Bible every day.
Isaac was the man, bro. Sir Isaac Newton. They probably didn't like that dude.
Daily, that's what he said. Daily.
Because, you know, contrary to belief, Sir Isaac Newton was a scientist of his time, right? And a lot of people think that science is a work that is like, they look at it like this. You got religion and spirituality, and then science, as though that science is the antithesis. But no, science is just something that you use to prove things. You exercise, and you have empirical observation of whether or not something is real. The scriptures is our way of empirically validating what happened in the world. So this is science. That's why Paul said science falsely so called, because some people would think that science is separate from these kinds of things that we do. Go ahead, bro.
This is Acts 15, and I said verse 15 in the NLT. It says, and this conversation of Gentiles is exactly what the prophets predicted, as it is written, afterwards will I return and restore the fallen house of David, and I will rebuild its ruins and restore it, so that the rest of humanity might seek the Lord, including the Gentiles, all those I have called to be mine, the Lord hath spoken it.
That's it. That's it. And so we're again, that's what these small sanctuaries are, right? Like he read in Isaiah 19. These are the altars that are set up in the midst of Egypt. You know, and that's what's happening. What's something else I had called? I can't remember now.
I got another quote. This is my last quote.
Hit me.
From him.
This from Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac again.
Isaac. Sir Isaac.
Yep, Sir Isaac Newton. We account the scriptures of the Most High to be the most sublime philosophy. I find more sure marks of authenticity in the Bible than any profane history whatsoever.
That's it, man. Yep, that's bad, man. That's bad. Yeah, Sir Isaac Newton was out there prophesying, man. He might have been on the highways and byways. You know, so he was bad. He was bad, and he's right. It is the most sublime. Look up that word. I think it's S-U-B-L sublime. S-U-B-L-I-M-E. Sublime. Did I miss an M? But I might have.
Such excellence, grandeur. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Grandeur. Grandeur.
Like when they say delusions of grandeur, it's like to say that it's big.
Okay.
It's big, a big delusion, right?
Or beauty as to inspire great admiration or awe.
Yeah, man. And that's the scriptures. We through the words of the scriptures, we're able to change our lives. Just imagine what you were thinking about before you came into the knowledge of the truth. What was you thinking about? Playing basketball? Playing football? You know? Playing the harmonica? Flying helicopter?
Dancing.
Dancing. Put you out a cardboard slab and get to spinning around. Those are the things you were thinking about, right? But like the scriptures say, as I became a man, I put away those childish things. So it is the most sublime. It changed men whose worlds were set in, let's say, in wickedness, right?
But not only that, but the course of what you thought your life was going to be, the Lord, you was already preordained, man. The Lord snatched you right up from what you was doing. Yeah. All of us. We all had different paths, different goals and aspirations, man. So the Lord said, no. And by doing this work, the Lord is going to come back and save us, man. Lord willing. Can I get Zechariah 8 and 7 and 8? The Lord's coming back. Chapter 8. 7 and 8. Yep, come.
It's Zechariah chapter 8, start at verse 7. It reads, "Thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and in righteousness."
That's right. So this is what we're doing, man. We're looking to get delivered out of here. We're looking to get saved out of here by coming out here, doing this work, spreading this good news, you know, pushing the word out to the masses that we have no fear of man. We have no fear of anybody that comes up against us. Did not my man say, amongst great clamor and opposition? We don't give a damn about opposition, man. We way past that. When you first come in, sometimes you're like, oh shit, somebody's gonna see me. Oh, whoa, you know.
Yeah,
when you get grounded in this thing, who gives a goddamn? You know, because the fact of the matter is this: we have the truth, man. We're pushing the truth of the matter. See, and with that, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You got something? Yep. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 15:1.
Yep.
Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
That's right.
Go ahead. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
That's it. There's no stopping this thing, man. There's no stopping this thing. So as we come out here and push the word of Yahweh Shem Shai, we come out with great courage. Right? And again, it's all about righteousness. We're pushing this truth, we're pushing this word in faith and righteousness.
This shit is not this shit is fucking dancing, man. It's fucking killing me.
We listen, man. And that's the thing. You're gonna have all types of spirits coming around you nowadays. Because this is going to be a highly spiritual thing that we're dealing with. Give me Proverbs 29:2. You know? And everybody wants to be around the righteous men. And listen, and at the end of the day, you can't fault people throughout it. You can't fault people because our continence and our spirit is emanating as we speak, man. People hear our words, they hear what we're saying, and they get drawn to us. You know, like the scripture says, whether they hear, whether they forbid. People get drawn to us, and this is automatic. You know? Okay, who got that?
This is Proverbs 29:2.
Yep.
It reads, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So when we come out on the highways and byways, we start teaching this word and speaking, people get drawn to us, man. How do you think brothers wake up? The Lord brings them to where they need to be, and they start hearing that word, all right? And they know this is it. This is where I need to be. There's no turning back from here. Go ahead, brother.
This is Acts chapter 2, verse 17. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days, said the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
Right.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams.
Right, and this is happening right now. All these things that we've been reading, all these things we've been talking about, is actually unfolding right before our very eyes, man. So it ain't no mystery. It ain't no, you know, a lot of cats who come into this thing, they take this thing as a joke. They really don't believe or really find themselves in the middle of prophecy unfolding. The things that were written aforetime. Do that in Romans, I believe, 15. These things were written for a reason, man. We ain't gonna just sidestep that and just look over it and glaze over it. No, this is real deal, man. This is our life. And the more we meditate on these scriptures, the more we pray to the Lord for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the more grounded we become. And Lord willing, He finds us worthy to be delivered, man. Go ahead.
Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Right. So how can you try to use some things in the scriptures, but not use all the things in the scriptures? All these things were written for our learning. Because don't forget, this was our book, man. This wasn't meant for the heathens to read. It wasn't meant for the heathens to understand. This was our book. So therefore, when we got, you know, swept away and wished away into different nations and into different ideologies, different religions, we were drawn away from our thing, man. And therefore, people have stepped in and took our place. All right? And that's why you have men trying to, you know, usher in heathens into the fold. That's why you have heathens professing that the Lord died for them. All right? But it's all gonna be made manifest real soon, man. Whom the Lord really came and gave His life for. Real soon, it's all gonna be made manifest. You know, all right. So right now, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, the truth is gonna be revealed, man. And the Lord's gonna stand with His people and with His servants, man. Because you ask yourself, the numbers don't add up. If you preaching anything outside of what we're teaching, the numbers don't add up. Because we're late in the game right now. This thing has been going on. It's about to go down. All right? And there are more men preaching this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth than there are men teaching that other gospel. So those who are teaching that other gospel means what? You now got to go back and restart and try to gather up and plant the seeds and hope the Lord give the increase. The increase has already been given, man. The Lord already said it, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is Galatians 1 and 5.
That's it.
It says, to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen.
Yep.
I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that hath called you into the grace and from Mashiach
Right.
unto
Why is
another
that
gospel.
written? Why is that written? Not for those who have been grounded, because we're still in the faith. We're still pushing the word. We're still pushing the prophecies. But those who have left the faith, those who went astray and went down some other avenue, preaching another Jesus, the other Jesus, if you will. All right? Read that again.
It says, I marvel, Galatians 1 and 6, I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that hath called you into the grace of Mashiach unto another gospel,
Go ahead.
which is not another, but there be some that trouble you that will pervert the gospel of Mashiach.
That's it. And that's exactly what's going on right now. So we truly believe in this thing, man. We're not sacrificing our lives because we want to come out here and try to be, you know, some tough guys. You know, we fear the Lord. We fear Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, He have mercy upon us to bring us through that fire, man. And if He brings us through that fire, you know, hey, may we see the downfall of our enemies. You know, what's the deal? We want to see the fall of our enemies, right? We want to come to that glorious position. Give me that in our second Ezra. I think we went into a little bit.
Second chapter.
Second chapter, yep.
Second Ezra chapter 2.
Come.
Second Ezra chapter 2 verse 42. I Ezra saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number,
Yep.
and they all praised the Lord with songs.
Yep.
And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest.
Right. We had come up against a cat one time that said the Lord was a pygmy. He said, "Oh, Jesus is a pygmy. He's a small guy. He's a little guy." But the script, we brought the scripture out, but he didn't understand it. You know, he was just a jackass just talking out the side of his mouth. You know, but clearly understand the Lord was an austere man. You know, and back then men are of much smaller stature than men of the ancient times.
Yep.
You know, and that's clearly relevant because the scriptures tell you that. Go ahead, continue on, brother.
And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest.
Right.
And upon every one of their heads he set crowns.
Right, he said taller than all the rest, right? Look at this brother. This brother got to be about what, 6'1" maybe? 6'4". This brother's 6'4", right? So Ezra said that he was taller than all the rest. So the Lord must be a car diesel ready to slam some shit down, man. Ready to put that work in on this motherfucker. Go ahead. Yeah, that brother's 6'4". God damn.
And was exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Yep.
So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered me and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal,
Right.
and have confessed the name of the Most High.
Right.
Now they are crowned and receive palms.
Right, now they are crowned and receive palms, and the elders are getting into those palms. But the Lord is going to crown us. And this is what we're working for, man. To be a part of that number, to receive those crowns directly from the second in command of all the universe, man. Directly from the Lord. I mean, that's a fearful thing to even think about sometimes. Knowing that we live in these bodies, some of the shit that we've done in our past life, our past, before we came into the truth, now the Lord is going to see that we have been made found worthy, man. Think about that. Before you came into the truth, you was doing all kinds of shit. So much so now you've been cleansed and washed to the point where now you can receive this crown because you've proven yourself to be found worthy by sacrificing your life, making your body that living sacrifice. Coming out here and holding fast to the things that you were taught from the men that taught you, whom the Lord has raised up directly, man. All right. So this thing is bigger than what you can possibly imagine, man. It's gonna get even bigger, man. Because when the rubber starts meeting the road around here, there's gonna be more dead bodies. There's gonna be people, giving us up, talking shit. It's gonna be on, man. And to know that your own household, you may think you're safe. Well, I got 5 wives and all my wives are in order and all this bullshit. And it's exactly what it is, bullshit. Because don't forget, man, women are gonna take more kindness to their children than they are their husbands.
Yep.
And that's evident in this world today, and we live in, man. How many men get kicked out the house? They don't give a shit about that, man. So likewise, if Esau comes down, busting the door, yo, what's going on in here? They're gonna, oh, that nigga went that way, sir. You know, and you talking about my wives are all in order. That's bullshit.
And
The Lord said, if the Lord, he who loved the Lord will escape her, man.
Yep.
Will escape her. So hey, we go through the motions with our family and our wives, but you know, the first and foremost is the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai, man. You got something?
This is back up what
Good,
you said. This is in Matthew 10 and 36, and it reads, it says, a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Come. Yeah. I was talking about. Yeah, a man's foe is gonna be there of his own household. You think that's written for the hell of it? The time is gonna come where you think your wife is with you, man. She ain't gonna be with you. That's just what it is, man. Because she gonna think about them kids before she think about you. I got babies, I got kids to feed. Nigga, you can survive on your own. Keep it on that door, sir. Go ahead.
So now to another example, Job. You know, when when Job was in the scene, right?
Yeah.
You know, at one point Job was witches. When he had all the witches in his time, his wife was right there next to him. You know, she was right there. You know, she loved them. Why? Because the witches they had. But as soon as the Lord took all that away from him, what did she say? You know, curse the Most High and die. You know, so he wasn't with Job to begin with. He only was with him because of the witches that he had. But once he's off of that witches, he didn't want to be with him anymore. You know, goes to show that the woman is only about materialistic and their children. You know,
right? Hey. Again, we out here doing this thing, and this is all we have, man.
Yeah.
This is all we have. Because a lot of people, give me Isaiah 65, and I think it's 13. Give me Isaiah 65 and 13. Oh, sure. You got a precept? Oh. Go ahead, you got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, read real quick.
I'll start at 12, Elder.
Go ahead, sure.
This is Isaiah 65 and 12. It reads, it says, therefore will I number you to the slaughter, to the sword,
Yep.
and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I it says, when I called, ye did not answer. And when I spake, ye did not hear, and did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not.
Right, and this is why we come out here and do what we do, man. We don't want to fall into the hands of little power, man. We don't want to fall into the hands for evil, man. The Lord can do just that. He can tear your ass up in a heartbeat, man. So come out here and do what's right. It's simple to do the right thing. You in the spirit, it's simple, man. Go ahead.
Verse 13, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord of power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
Right, and that's very important right now. Because once they start closing this shit down around here, there's going to be a lot of people starving. The Lord spake about the famines that are going to come upon this place. All right? So he's letting you know, my servants are going to eat, but ye shall be hungry. All right? So this ain't no laughing matter out here. It's a serious thing that's about to go down out here. And like I said, you know, that Ice 9 that I've been talking about, that shit is all set up, man. They got it all set up. How they're going to drop this bitch out the bottom, how they're going to lock shit down. You watch, man. So we being of the hopeful elect, when we being in good stead with the Lord, may he have mercy and may he give us the path to find these things that we're going to need to sustain ourselves. Primarily having that word instilled in our spirit. That way we understand, listen, there's going to be days we may go without food. There may be days we may go without water. But this wisdom and knowledge and understanding is going to be the stability of our time, man. It's going to be holding us stable. Go ahead.
Come on. And it says, behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
You see that? So the Lord ain't going to take to everybody, man. The Lord ain't going to take to everybody. And even those who are supposedly calling upon the name of the Lord are going to get left out in the dark, man. So it's a very serious thing that we're involved in. Be mindful of your actions and the words that you speak. Very mindful of that. Go ahead.
Verse 14, it says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
That's it. So the Lord's about to come down upon a lot of people, man. Though they don't believe it, though they don't think they've done anything wrong, you've done a lot wrong. A lot of you people out there have done a lot wrong. Turning your back on the Lord for starters. coming against the men of the Lord, for starters. You know, speaking a different gospel, for starters. So be very mindful of what you got yourself into, man, because the time is short. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Revelations 22, 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of this book, of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things that are written in this book.
Right, now it just goes to show you, since Esau put his hands on this book, he now has won the judgments that are afforded to those who are assigned to be judged by doing these things, man. So that just tells you right there, the so-called white man ain't got a fucking chance in hell, man. He ain't got a chance in hell because he's the one that has got a hold of the Bible to such extent where he changed things. He's moved things around. Even the so-called slave Bible, he'd have manipulated that around. So there's a lot of manipulation going on with the scriptures, to the point where there are some scriptures where they even make knowledge of things being a mistake, man. What do you think that's for? Prophecy got to be fulfilled. Prophecy has to be fulfilled. And those who are doing these things, the Lord's going to judge with a swift judgment, man. Go ahead.
Psalms 50 and 15. And call upon me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. But unto the wicked the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should takest my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee?
Who's done that? Who's casted that word behind you? Matter of fact, a lot of people have done that. A lot of people tell you you don't have to keep this, you don't have to keep the law, you don't have to hold the past. All these things, they tell you all these things, but the Lord said differently, man. The Lord truly said differently. Go ahead, bro. We're going a couple more, we're going to wrap it up.
All right. 2nd Ezra 15, and I'll start at 24. It says, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, said the Lord. It says, I will not spare them. It says, go your way, ye children, from the power, and defile not my sanctuary.
Yep.
For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore deliver he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for the Lord shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him.
That's it. Listen, man, the object of this thing right now is to come out and prophesy. That's the object right here. This is what you should be ready to do, man. This is what should excite you when you wake up in the morning. This is what should excite you when you go through your day, throughout your week. Knowing that you get to come out and prophesy about the destruction that's coming, about the craziness and the confusion that's going to be upon this place, man. There's no other joy to receive than the joy that the Lord has given us to do these things, man. How can you sit back and you're like, nah, we ain't going to prophesy? This is exciting right now. Right. And when the weather's good and people start coming out, yo, we going to tell them, yeah, the Lord Yahweh Shai is real. He's coming for his people. But he gave us a commandment to come out and tell you people, here's what's happening. Here's what's going down. And then when they walk away, and 2 weeks later something pops off that we prophesied about, then they're going to know that they were amongst the prophets, man. How they going to know if you don't tell them? This is beautiful. This is it, man. I'm telling you, you know how you be walking around your kitchen like, yeah, shit, you watch the news, something pop up, like, yeah. And you get the head shaking like, yeah, this is about to go. This is ready. It's ready to go. Get out there on Saturday, get out there on Sunday. We're going to bring it out and let the brothers and sisters know we're going to wheel and deal it. No, right? Let the brothers know we're going to wheel and deal. All right. Yeah, let you know we're going to wheel and deal. Brothers came through. All right? Brothers came through. Go to the eyes. Yeah, but that's the spirit though. You know? Coming out here, putting your life on the line for Yahweh Bash and Yahweh Shai. That's what we come out here to do. And amongst anything that we do, We always gonna come and show and prove how about the Most High. Go ahead, brother.
Book of Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night.
Right. He said he's gonna set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, that will never hold their peace day nor night. Right? Why would you want to hold your peace? Come on to the brother. Why would you want to hold that peace, man? Why would you want to keep quiet about no, I got it, brother. Why would you want to keep quiet for the destruction that's coming to your enemies? Let them know. And it just so happens that now that we've been prophesying about the downfall of our enemies and all these other kingdoms and nations, now we've become terrorists. Now we've become some type of what do they call it? Radicalists, enthusiasts, whatever they want, whatever they call us. You know? But when Esau was in control, because he's losing control right now, he still has power, but he has no control. This is all in the hand of Yahweh Shai. But when it was his turn to go out through the four corners of the earth, say the blacks and Hispanics, all these people, bad people, everybody listened to that shit. So much to the point where they still believe it. Now that we've been raised up and now we're telling you about your dirty deeds, now all of a sudden we're racist. We need to be stopped. Now they want to put in place, all kinds of ordinances banning the Bible or free speech of the Bible. Now why you want to do it now, Esau? Why now? Goddamn devil, got something going on.
This is on Amos 5 and verse 10. It says they hate him, they rebuke in the gate.
Right, and that's the truth, man. The elder was talking, and he said, the Lord Yahweh Shai is coming back to destroy America. And he had kind of explained to him that the Lord's name was Yahweh Shai, who they called Jesus Christ. That girl got all offended, not my Jesus, and peeled off and got all upset, man. So they hate them that rebuketh in the gate. Yeah. All right, because America's not used to being rebuked. That's the problem. Now that the Lord has raised up men to rebuke her, now she's being rebuked, and you don't like it. Well, too goddamn bad, because you ain't gonna be able to stop it. You wait till them thermonuclear missiles get launched over here. Oh, yeah. Then we're gonna see what you got to say.
It says they hate him that rebuke it in the gate and abhor him that speak uprightly.
Abhor him that speak uprightly. Have not we been speaking uprightly? And again, from the head apostles on down, we've all been speaking uprightly, right? Didn't we read when the righteous in authority, the people rejoice? Nobody's listening to our words. Why? Because if they were listening to our words, even though you ain't gonna get quick gratification, but that gratification's coming, man. The elder and I was talking about this earlier. You got cats in the world that this is all they know. They have no desire because they don't have any hope of the future. Our hope is with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. The Lord said that what did I say? That's right. Yeah, I said something earlier. I said, we look forward to a new heaven and a new earth. These are the things that we look forward to. So therefore, when we come out on the highways and byways, though we are vexed in spirit because of the shit that we have to undergo and endure on a daily basis, but at the end of the line, we know that righteousness is coming for us, man. That joy and gratefulness is coming to us, and greatness is coming. So therefore, when you look at a cat that you may work with, this nigga's always fucking bullshit. You can't really fault it because he don't know. And this is all his life is right here. Getting up, going to work, being fucking spoken to by the boss. He waiting for the boss to tell him to get the fuck up out of here. That nigga be like, I'm fucking with you. I don't need you. But again, that's all they got to look forward to, man. It's just living in this world. Now, if he was a man of the Lord, if he was in this truth of ours, he would know. I'm gonna go to work, be humble, keep my mouth shut, do what I gotta do. Yep, do what I gotta do. And may the Lord bless me and continue to watch over me. But knowing in his heart, this motherfucker going down. That's what it is, man. All right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Elder.
This is Matthew 6 and 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal.
Right, and that's the thing, man. When this thing of ours, we got to keep it in our hearts, man. Keep it spiritual, all right? And that spiritual mindset is going to keep you grounded. That spiritual mindset is going to keep you pure. Because all this shit out here is temporal, what you see, man. We ain't fighting and striving for this dollar bill. We ain't fighting and striving to to get, dig our claws in Babylon the Great. Why? Because we know it's going to be destroyed. It's only but a short time, man, before they fucking launch a new pandemic out here. Before they start, sending these food trucks to the stores. Before they start, giving you the access to come and go as you please, man. They're already setting up stage. They're already setting up shop in different regions. They're going to prevent people from crossing over to different borders, man. So be ready and be mindful. Go ahead, brother. You got something on there?
This is Revelations 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast that thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
That's right. The hour of temptation is coming. Again, hold fast till the Lord comes. How do you hold fast? By meditating and grounding yourself in His word, man. Sticking with the brotherhood. Being brotherly with the brothers, man. And meditating on these things that we have learned. Hold fast till the Lord comes. Because He knows it's what a short time that He's going to be here. If we dig our spirits into this thing deep, man, we ain't gonna be taken away and swept away on some nonsense, on some bullshit. See? But for the mere fact that we come out here and we're showing the Lord our faith, showing the Lord our diligence, may it add up to the Lord, man. May He report to the Heavenly Father saying, "These be they that stood so stiffly." You got men who've come out here who've been out laboring for 12, 13 years. But went right back into the world because the ways of the world was more appealing to having patience and waiting for the Lord to make something happen, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
That's right. So therefore, we're having faith and trust in the Lord wholeheartedly, man, without a shadow of a doubt. Go ahead, bring that what you got.
Yep. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 2.
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, work it out, brothers. That's all right.
Yes, because.
That's why
He's on the wrong one. You're on the wrong one. You used to be quick on the draw, brother. You used to be quick on the draw. Ain't nobody could beat this brother finding them scriptures, boy. Brother be like, I got it. Good, brother.
Yeah, nigga got forward to know this thing.
That's the age sitting in.
Yeah.
It is Esau's fault.
It is.
Esau's phone got a glitch in it.
Now this is Sirach chapter 2 verse 14. It says, "Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you?"
Right, woe unto you that have lost patience. And again, that goes back to anybody that has fallen out, man. Anybody that went astray and went different directions. Woe unto you that have lost patience. Because the patience that you have to have, knowing this thing that we're involved in, you want the Lord to come back. You want the Lord to come back tonight, man. You want the Lord to come tonight and end this shit over, man. Get this shit done. So the Lord's prophecy got to be fulfilled. Because if the Lord would have come tonight, then prophecies would be void. The Lord said, "My word will never go out void." So therefore, we wait upon the Lord until all things are fulfilled. And then He's gonna send His Son back here. And the Lord Yahweh Shai is gonna come down and get down, man. He's gonna put us some work. Who is this that coming from Basel? He coming back to put that work in, man. And that's the thing about these Christians. These Christians don't understand that. They don't think the Lord is coming back. And we talked about this a little earlier. They know and believe He's coming, but do they believe to the great magnitude of the destruction that He's bringing, man? America's gonna be destroyed. They know He's coming, but do they know He's gonna destroy America? When you sit there and tell them He's gonna destroy America, no, not my Jesus. Yeah. We believe He's gonna. We believe there's judgment, but what judgment? What else needs to be judged but America, man?
Right.
This needs to be judged. Right. You know, and you sit there and you watch it. We had this cat. This nigga was probably about 275 pounds. Nigga had quads and things like a goddamn right linebacker or tackle. Nigga had a tutu, a skirt, makeup on, and fucking prancing and all this other shit, dancing with the fucking girls, man. Yep.
Right.
And we had to sit here and watch this shit. And he was doing some real feminine shit, man. Right. But these are the things you have to just swallow down. Because you can't go over there and bash him in the head. You're like, yeah, you out of here today, buddy. Today's your last dance. You can't do it. So this is what the Lord has said. Y'all brothers is crazy. So darling, save that last dance. But these are the things the Lord has set us in the midst of. What's that scripture? It's been a while. And, I think it's true. I can't. It came in as fast as it went out. But it'll come through. Let's keep it rolling. You got that, brother.
This is Amos 9:8.
Yep.
It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom,
Right.
and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Right, America has become that new sinful kingdom. America is that new sinful kingdom. And I dare anybody to challenge that.
Right.
Anybody can challenge that, man. Just look around. You ain't even have to be in the truth to look around and see how wicked it is. Well, maybe you have to be. Because the wickedness has saturated the minds of the people so much, it becomes normalcy now. Yeah. It's normal to see niggas walking around with dresses and high heels and all kinds of sashaying. That's normal. You know, and again, go ahead, brother.
Real quick, it's funny you say that because I see these young teens nowadays. They be chilling with like, it be regular, look like straight dudes chilling with those type of dudes. I'm like, back in my day, that wouldn't even go down.
It's crazy. Yeah. I'm telling you. And again, America has been built strategically and set up strategically. Through the course of time, these things started becoming more free for people. They can come out of the closet more. They can speak out. They got a voice now. And now they got rights and they can marry and they can do all these things. And now we have to be smashed in the face with their bullshit. Yep. If we say something to them, we're wrong. Now it's a hate crime. But if they come to us and sashay it in our face, we just gotta take it. How fair is that? That's why the Lord's gonna give us the green light. First we fishing, and then we're gonna be hunting. All right, go ahead, brother.
Come. This is 2 Ezra 15. I'll start at 4. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Yep. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right, and this is why Vladimir Putin had an issue, you know, back in the time when Joe Biden first got in office. Joe Biden went over to Russia, was trying to coerce those Russians to come against Vladimir Putin, man. So wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Vladimir Putin got his shit on lock over there, man. Yep. Until a cancer arrives over there and starts pushing propaganda. But this is what America does. This is that seat. This is that whore. When the whore goes and sleeps around, everybody wants a piece of it. Everybody wants a piece of that whore. Go ahead.
You know what? No, because I remember years ago when there was that slot. You know how they did that slot walk they were having in America.
Yeah.
Now they were throwing off the washer. Vladimir got rid of that quick, and it was like they were trying to put like gateway down their washer. Now I don't hear them no more anymore because washer don't play with that stuff, you know. And then what they do now, they go to Africa. They try to get the president of Ghana, you know. To try to get the president of Ghana in other country to push that homosexual, you know, agenda down there, you know. But that's what America does. He tries to harness all these other nations into doing what they do, you know. And that's that filthy conversation that Lot was having in some Gomorrah. He said when he was vexed, you know, because of the thing that I have seen, you know, and that's what's happening right now, you know. And the Lord destroys some of Gomorrah as an example, as for the other nation not to follow after. But America is not following after that example. So the Lord's going to set this country as an example for other nations not to follow after. Right. By destroying this place. Right.
Right, 13?
Yep, sure.
Isaiah 13 and 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, and how did the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah? With brimstone and fire. That's how he overthrew that place. The Lord destroyed that place so bad to the point that Lot's daughter thought that they were the only people here on the earth. That's how bad the destruction was, man. That's how devastating it was. You think that they were the only one left alive, just them and their father, you know?
Go ahead, brother. You got something?
Go ahead.
back to brother. I
Good,
think that's what
come.
you were looking for.
Come, come.
Your last talking point. The book of 2 Peter chapter 2
That's it.
and verse 6.
That's it.
Verse 7 to point.
That's
and
it.
turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into
That's it.
ashes.
That's it.
Condemn them with the overthrow.
Yep.
Making them an example to those that after shall live ungodly.
Yep.
And deliver just Lot. That's what the filthy conversation.
That's it. That's it. Deliver just Lot. And the point was being vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. There's nothing but filth that we have to be, surrounded by daily, man. Daily, even to the point where, your kids are at daycare, you go to daycare, and they got some bullshit going on in the class, and you got, you can't, what you gonna do? You take the kids out, but now you gotta figure out something, because you gotta go to work, and that's the only reason why my kids are in the system, because it's the ability so we can go work and make the money to fucking pay the bills and shit. But other than that, this place is filthy, man. Ain't nobody want to be a part of this, but when the righteous are in authority, people are gonna rejoice.
Right.
You
Oh,
people
yeah.
should want and long to fucking have us in authority, man.
Right.
You people should want that. Because when the Lord sets us up, Lord willing, we're gonna be joint heirs to the throne, right? Joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, and we're gonna be dwelling in righteousness. We're gonna be operating under righteousness, man.
Right.
And that's the justified truth. I mean, right now we can't exercise what we believe in this kingdom. We can't do it. Because one, we get arrested. Two, they don't believe us. Three, we're just men, watch your back, brothers. And three, we're just men out here who they believe we're just, a bunch of bullshitters, if you will. Go ahead, last one over here.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of the rule of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
right.
An unwise king destroys his people,
Right.
but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time it will set over a one that is profitable.
That's it. In due time, he's going to set up on one that is profitable. But that setting up of that one is not going to be in this land. This bitch is going to be destroyed. Why? Because it is the most wicked upon the whole earth, man. The wickedness has reached up into the heavens under a just king in this place, man. An unjust king will destroy his people. And this is what these people have done throughout the years. Look at the line of so-called leaders that have come through the so-called presidency in this place, man. It's a laughing stock. And you still got Jake gun ho about Biden being in there, man.
Yeah.
This nigga's the worst of the worst, and Jake still go Obama. This nigga, he's out to kill you, man. He's out to kill you.
And you know what, Elder? I remember when Joe Biden was when they did the election, right? Joe Biden said this, that if you don't vote for me, you're not black. You know?
Who says shit like that? Go ahead, brother.
I got one after
Good.
back up the brother. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 10, and verse 8. I'm going to jump down to verse 10 after, right? Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right, and this is exactly what you see here. All right, but we ain't looking to receive the crown from Biden or Trump or any of these people. This bitch gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
And its rulers, and its leaders, and its establishment, and its everything gotta go.
That's right.
So
that's
when
right.
when everything is translated and the Lord puts us back into power and the Lord sets us up, then will righteousness be on the earth, man. And only then. But you ain't gonna see no parts of righteousness while this bitch is still flowing, man. Two kings can't sit on the same throne. You see?
Oh, yeah.
And nor will Yahweh Shai want to sit on the throne in Babylon. Yahweh Shai said, what? If this was my kingdom, my servants would fight. So we ain't out here trying to defend and set up Israelites and get the Israelite movement back into Washington to sit up on the Washington Monument and get all, yeah, all Israel, attention, you know, and all this other shit, marching down Washington Street or whatever the goddamn streets are out there, man. That shit is for the birds, all right? You appeasing Esau because by doing what you do, you had to get permission to do that. You ain't just all of a sudden march down these goddamn streets and blocking off streets. You had to get permission to do that, man. And I'm sure that had to come with a price tag. You got to pay for permits, details, and all this other shit. You got to pay for all that, man. So that just shows you the Lord ain't with that. If the Lord wanted to raise us up, he could raise us up, but he's not doing it here. Why isn't it? There's a reason why the Lord's not raising us up here as a great nation to take down Esau. The Lord's going to take down Esau. This is the Lord's thing, man. We're gonna try to steal the glory from the Lord. That's why I said, who is this that coming from Basra? The Lord's coming back, man. All right? And when he comes back with those heavenly angels, he's coming back to do some damage out here. So I'll be damned if Israel gonna get together. Attention all Israel. Report down to Washington, D.C. Come on down, the garments and everything. Yeah, a million Israelite march. Ain't nobody hearing that shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. But if you were some people, some Israelites out there, this is that gimmick that they like to push out there. Again, right? The gimmicks that they like to push out there to gain the masses, man. And Jake, we've been so damaged, we'll fall for anything, man. Jake will see something like, oh shit, yeah, oh. But when they see us, they're like, them niggas, I can't fuck with them niggas. Them niggas out there screaming at people, yelling at people, cursing people out. Like, we can't do that. They got them standing out there in the rain. Shit. I got these Jordans last week. I ain't standing out there. But that's the mindset of Jake, man. That's the mindset of Jake. Jake wants to be flashy. Hey, ain't no fault to them. Why? Because the Lord said we are the salt of the earth. Jake like to do it up, man. Whenever Jake go out and get down and suit tight and get all this shit, they get ready to go. But this ain't the time. All right, there's a time for everything. Right now is the time to be geared up. What you got, brother?
Like a 3 piece, if you don't mind.
Yeah, knock them out, brother.
Daniel 2, verse 20. It says, Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of the Lord forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his.
Yep.
He changeth times and seasons. He removeth kings and set up kings.
Yep.
He give wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 4 says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Right. Right. The earth abideth forever, which is also another misunderstanding when we're out here prophesying about the destruction of America, man. Because once we start talking about them thermonuclear missiles being launched, their first thought is, well, you'll be destroyed too. The earth is going to be destroyed. The earth abideth forever, the Lord said. And that's what remains to be true. Here on out. Even though those missiles are going to hit this bitch, even though the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunken, it's still going to be here, man. Because the scripture says in the Lord's Prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. So we're going to be getting busy down here. And when the Lord sets us up, we're going to go through all these nations and clean house.
That's right. We're
going to clean house. And then we're going to sit back and relax once the house cleaning is done. We're going to have Ham and all them other nations doing it. You know, hey, you brothers get used to that. Yes, sire. You know, bound just how to want. You know, but hey, we look forward to these things.
Oh yeah.
These are the fruits of the Lord's labors that He's going to give unto us that we may look forward to, man. Right. You know, having control over the heathen, having control over the masses. You know, ruling with a rod of iron. Because we Israelites, as Ezra says, the earth was made for our sakes. Right. Who else can say that? Right. No one else can say that. And those who say it, they stole it. Because the scripture says, now it can pertain to them, the thief cometh not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. That now is labeled on Esau and the nations, man. Yep. Go ahead, brother.
This is our 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. It says, then answered I and said, where shall be the parting asunder of times?
Right.
Or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Yep.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, and from Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That tells you right there, Esau's still around, right? Because they are the scene of great prophetic judgment. If anybody tells you differently that these Edomites are done away with and long gone, well then who's the Lord coming back to destroy? Who is that judgment being laid for? Right? Wickedness has reached up into the heavens. There's only one place on this earth that the wickedness has reached up into the heavens to such great heights, and it derived from where? This place, aka America, aka Babylon, aka Sodom and Gomorrah, and AK, whatever else title you want to give it. All right. Anybody got anything else on that?
Obadiah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It's Obadiah 1:15. It says, "For the day of the Lord is near upon all heathen.
Right.
As thou has done, it shall be done unto thee."
Right. But the heathens can be saved. The day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. So they're gonna get it. If you ain't an Israelite, that's the bottom line. You ain't. This ain't you. This ain't your time. You've had your time. You and your nations and you other nations, you've had your time. You've all come together with that crafty counsel. You took part of that crafty counsel. Your families and your offsprings. You've lived deliciously. You've had benefits. You've had everything, man. And now the time has come where you gotta pay. That's it. You gotta pay. However it be paid back, maybe with blood, maybe with slavery, maybe with a rod of iron cracked over your goddamn skull. Some way, shape, form, or fashion, you're gonna have to pay for it, man. We paid our dues. We suffered, man. We did all we had to do. And you know what? You still couldn't wipe us out. You still couldn't stop us. Because the Lord said that, listen, the nation of Israel will not be done away with. All right, go ahead.
It says, "And thy reward shall return upon thy own head."
Yep.
It says, "For as ye have drunken upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually."
Right.
It says, "Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been."
Right.
It says, "And upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and it shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possession." And then it says, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire,
Yep.
and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble."
Right, and that's a future prophecy. Okay, because the house of Jacob and Joseph aren't a fire and a flame yet. And Esau hasn't been stubble. So that's coming up, man. Stay tuned. Tune in. You know how when brothers put a video up and you're gonna go live, but you don't go live right away. You got the music on and it's counting down. That's Esau, man. That's for Esau. So right now it's counting down throughout the whole world. You know, and you got that music coming through.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun. 29, 28, 27. So the countdown is on, man. And it's about to get real. Go ahead.
This is Zechariah 9:12. It says, "Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope.
That's right.
Even today do I declare, and that I will render double unto thee when I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim,
Yep.
and raised up thy sons, O Zion,
Yep.
against thy sons, O Greece,
Yep.
and made thee as a sword of a mighty man."
That's it. That's it. So the Lord is coming, man, and He set us up. He set us up to show ourselves men. We're not gonna get weary, Lord willing. We're not gonna get wishy-washy when that time comes. All right? This is gonna be a real serious thing, man. And we're gonna be at a point where our lives are gonna be on the line, man. And we hope and pray that the Lord watches over us and protect us in that hour and that day, especially during the time of Jacob's trouble. Who can resist it? Nobody. We're all gonna be in it, man. From the least to the greatest, we're gonna be in it, man. And that's why praying to the Lord with great supplication is important, man. Right? We got one more. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Shoot it off.
Back in the book of Ecclesiastes, it's also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 10, and
Go
it
ahead.
reads, "The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die."
That's it. You see that? He that today is a king, tomorrow shall die. And the Lord Yahweh Shai removed some crowns off a lot of men's heads. Right? And He ain't removing those crowns. They're not gonna say, "All right, Lord, He's gonna take them. He's gonna take them crowns, and He's gonna put them people to death, man." And we spoke about this right before we started getting into everything else. When a man is about to take a kingdom or a nation is about to take a power structure, somebody has to die, man. And all these kings of the earth are going to die. Right? They're going to die. And Yahweh Shai is going to leave that charge. But don't forget, He said He's going to lay His vengeance upon the people by His hand, His children, the children of Israel, man. So be mindful of that too. We ain't counted out this thing yet. Though we may be humble, though we may be sitting back, the Lord's going to give that green light. When that green light is given, y'all better watch out, man. All right, you got something? All right, cool. All right, so with that, you both just came out. With that, we're going to say all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
the ones that the apostles of great millstone that rule well. Shalom to all you brothers on the highways and byways doing the work sincerely and faithfully, and continually fighting that good fight of faith. May the Lord have mercy upon all of us, make prayers and supplications for the brotherhood, and may the Lord watch out for us. We say shalom.
Shalom.
Right, all right.
All right, brothers. Oh yeah, come.
You don't know.